Good morning, everyone. When I first moved to the States, I had a decent income and enough assets, but I couldn't even get a $500 Capital One credit card. I thought anyone could get a $500 Capital One card. So what's going on? If it was now, I might understand. I work at a startup, we just paid our exorbitant Finovate fees, and I'm probably not a very good risk. We think this is an issue of information asymmetries. The positive data about borrowers is out there, but it's just not easily accessible to marketers and underwriters when they need it to offer the right product to every customer. Our technology helps you build custom APIs to learn more about customers and offer them the right product. So we can see here the final product that we're going to produce today, which is an API you can call for a given customer with email or phone or IP address, and which will return a whole range of interesting information about them, as well as some analytical predictions. That can get used within an underwriting model. It can get used to customize what credit cards to show to each customer on a website. So we're going to create that from scratch. The first thing we need is a representative sample of customers. So here we've pasted in from Excel 200 customers. It could just as easily be 2 million. And we're pasting in some identifiers like what's their email address, what's their telephone number. We also paste in a couple of other interesting things. Were they accepted for a loan? Did they default for a loan? Let's put those aside for now and focus on the email and telephone number. So we're doing two main things here. Number one is data aggregation, and number two is the analytics. So the data aggregation piece, we're going out to public but messy and hard to find data sources to learn about these records. So from email addresses, we can get things like what social networks are they on, which, by the way, is actually quite a good positive predictor of credit risk. What their demographics are, what their geography is, and what's the income in that geography. We can learn about what telecommunications carrier they have and what account type they have with that telco carrier. So a whole range of interesting data brought together into a ready-to-use API and a nicely pre-cleaned format. This is particularly for folks who like to do their own analysis or build their own scorecards. We're trying to make this as transparent as possible. So we can see up here, it's brought roughly 40, at most 40 attributes onto these records based on the two inputs, email and phone. And we can see transparently the details of all of those attributes. We can also download it into Excel for our own analysis. A nice, clean, rectangular data set ready to model. The other main piece that's happening is the analytics. So sometimes knowing 50 or 500 attributes about a customer doesn't actually help you decide what to do. So what it's done is taken that last column which I put in, which in this case was the default rate, and fit a segmentation plan which is optimized to predict that default. So let's say we wanted to know what credit card to show to a customer on a website. Well, we might like to know, based on minimal inputs, which customers are higher risk and which customers are lower risk without asking them any questions. And this segmentation here allows us to do that. So A is the low risk customers, and J is the high-risk customers. We can see the size of the opportunity here as well. So what we're going to do now is cut by the accepted flag and have a look at what this looks like for the customers we lent to, as well as the customers we rejected for a loan. And we can have a look here, this pie chart, which says where accepted equals 0. These are the customers that were rejected for a loan, but they're below average default. So these are the customers that are actually pretty good, but we created what statisticians call a type 2 error. We incorrectly rejected them for the loan. Huge opportunity for growth. And this 40% of falsely rejected customers is roughly what you see in the evidence of the value of alternative credit data. So there's a huge opportunity here to grow. That's it. We've gone from a representative sample of 200 customers to a usable, scalable API, already hosted, ready to integrate in just a couple of minutes. This can be used to customize what offers to show and to customize what products to show. Don't take our word for it. Please try it out for yourself. The website is Demyst.Data.com, and the invite code is Finovate, if anybody would like to try it with some demo data that's there or with a sample of your own customers. We think that the flood of big data out there is only going to increase. There's a lot of noise in that data. Equally, there's a lot of gems. We'd like to help you find those gems so that you guys can spend your time making decisions and optimizing what the customer wants, not cleaning data in SAS. Thanks so much for everyone. We look forward to meeting some of you later today. And good luck to Google, who's coming up next.